Welcome back to another morning of complete and utter chaos. So last night, yesterday, me and Steve hit it pretty hard. We managed to get all the rear end out, rear trailing arm pockets welded in. We've got all the reinforcement plates welded in for where the diff carrier sits up against the frame. Cleaned all the rust off, treated it, and it's now been gravitexed in white. Should we go and have a look? Oh, look at that. That looks insane. It's not 100% perfect. We could have done things a little bit different if we had some time, but overall, I'm pretty happy. So today is put it back together day. I've got my fresh trailing arms there ready to go, spring perches, diff carrier, the bushes, every single nut and bolt from BMW ready to go. So new rear calipers, brake pads, hoses. I'm going to reuse my original exhaust, so standard centre section with a Scorpion back box, and I have some M3 anti-roll bars with new bushes as well. Right, let's go. I know I keep saying this, but yet again this is another update. I saw we haven't done a lot of lengthy filming. It's all in little bits, but we are up against it time wise. Like we've basically set ourselves 48 hours to do this, so we're not too bad. Time's licking on, but we're getting there. So this is where we're at now. We have the diff carrier and spring perches built up with bushes ready to go in. Both the trailing arms are built up ready to go in. Steve's opening a box.
Took me a whole day to open a box.
What's in the box?
More carpets, crap. That's your anti-roll bar bushes.
Oh, amazing. Oh, talking about anti-roll bar, we need to get that as well, because that is not here. Also, I need to clean up my old shocks, because they are pretty minging and I don't want to put them under there. Look at the job I've done on my diff. Look at this. How good's that? From that crappy old diff you saw in the last video. I only painted it because I found out it was an LSD, and then I thought I'd spend some money and put some Powerflex bushes in it. Underneath the car. Right, excuse the tank straps. I did buy some new ones, but they didn't fit, so I've had to half-heartedly refurb the old ones, but I will change them. Steve has done an amazing job on the brake lines. We've got new clips and fittings. Amazing. Everything is white.
And new braided hoses.
Oh yeah, we've got new braided lines as well, but they're not on yet. Somewhere. They kept dangling and hit me in the face, so I've taken them away. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Right, so next step would be to put the diff carrier and frame in. So we're going to do that now, and then we can put the trailing arms up on, and then we can start connecting everything to make it work. I'm still not sure what I'm going to do about drive shafts yet, because obviously mine were seized in the hub, and we haven't attempted to get them back out. So fingers crossed, someone I know might donate some.
Yeah, that'll be me.
Last video was us putting the diff carrier and spring perches underneath the car. We've had to take it back out again. So when everything's powder coated, obviously you get a little bit of powder coat in there, but you know, we looked at that before we put it in. It didn't seem too bad. Started putting the diff bolts in the front, and they started going in wonky, and what we think might have happened is someone's cross-threaded the bolts before, plus a little bit of powder coat, so we've just had to cut new threads and mess around with this. I think we lost about an hour. And it's getting, well, it's not getting massively dark, but it's getting dark in the unit because we're losing a lot of light.
Back at it.
Back at it. Right. Let's put it in for the last time. He says.
Let's do this.
We'll be done by 5. Yeah, great, yeah. What are you doing?
Well, someone's cat is no longer catting. So
That was not like that until it came out.
So rather than leave it, we're fixing it. But when I say fixing it, we're turning a problem into a non-problem by eradicating it.
So what's happened is my exhaust is perfectly fine. I've removed it, and now the guts are falling out of it. So we have to remove what's inside, otherwise it's going to block up, and I'll have no. Well, I'm not going to get much power out of a 323 anyway, am I? Let's be honest. But I'll have even less power.
Moment of truth.
Let's have a look then. See how bad it is.
Hot.
Oh dear.
Oh, and the back piece is completely gone.
Oh dear. That is what's left of my catalytic converter.
So it's been rattling around in there for a little while.
That has been rattling around in there for a little while, yes.
And the back has already decatted itself. So yeah.
So what you're saying is it's fixed itself?
Yeah, I mean eventually it would have fixed itself. That also might be why it was so slow. Because that could be getting stuck like that. Rather than being like, yeah.
My engine's on.
Good afternoon. Yes, I've changed my t-shirt. No, I'm not wearing my hat, which can only mean we've not really made the 48-hour target. We're now on hour 747.
Steve
And
has withered away.
hang on a second. What did you say?
I said Steve has withered away, it's been that long. Many days have passed.
Right, so the reason why we have been missed our deadline is we keep on getting stupid little issues. Now, these discs are E36 vented rears. This carrier came off the car, ignore it because I'm putting 320D rears on in a couple of weeks, but someone had to steal my carriers.
Sorry.
So I've crudely painted them silver so they don't look horrendous. But this is now rubbing on the disc. So what I'm going to try now is I'm going to put the drive shaft in first, which means I'm going to have to put the shock in and put the spring in and put the shock on the bottom. So I can pull the bearing in tight because that's got a little bit of play in it, obviously, where the shaft isn't in. So make sure that's all nice and tight. And also I've got to double check these against some old ones because something is not right with them. Just one thing after another. Also, you saw earlier we had the diff carrier back out to retap some threads and play around with it. That lost us an hour and a half or so. And on the Saturday evening, we were just hanging. We'd just given up on life, basically.
Very dire, the whole situation. A bit like this one right here.
Yeah.
The car is giving birth to a Steve.
Yeah, so it looks like Steve's working on my car.
I'm not actually.
He actually isn't, no. He has gone off on an ADHD side quest.
On a tangent.
On a tangent.
Let's not get bogged down.
And has decided to make some ZF linkages out of the non-6-pot linkages he's got.
Yeah, well, I've now lost that, so.
But he's lost it.
Oh, it's down there.
Right, found the issue. Basically, whoever put the dry flanges into the bearing, which was me, didn't push the flange all the way in properly, so I fitted the shaft, done the nut up to spec, which is I think about 7 ugga-duggers, and now we don't have the issue anymore. Happy days, job done. Only another 467 things to tick off the list. So we're making some decent progress. Sorry about that. There is shit everywhere, and it's all mine as well. For a change. Right, where are we now, Mr. Houston? What's going on?
This side the brakes are on.
Yeah.
The shaft is in. The shaft is mostly done up. I'm just about to finish off the ABS sensors on this side.
We have the shock in place, the spring in.
We've still got to play with the ride height potentially and the shock length, but we're just doing a preliminary setup.
Test for the moment.
The heat shields are on, prop is all on, the exhaust mount is on. So on the underside itself, really, we've just got the exhaust left to fit, but that can be done later.
Cool.
So, yeah, just a few bits to button up. Roll bar to go on. We're doing that in a minute. Yeah, it's all coming together.
I mean, to be honest with you, I have really shot myself in the foot here because I have done all this work over this side. I've picked the camera up and it looks like you've been beavering away for hours.
I've been hard at it.
You've been hard at it.
Hard at work.
Hard at doing nothing.
Hard, very hard at work. I'll have you know.
Right, so I'm now going to start attacking this side, which is in the same state as the other side, and we have the same issue over here where the carrier is touching the disc. So I'm going to have to pop the shaft in, tighten that up. Look at my shaft bolts, look at that. I've just spent the last 10 minutes on the wire wheel and they look spanking. And also, when you buy new calipers, they don't come with new spring clips apparently, so I've had to... What's going on with the zoom? I've had to clean up these on the wire wheel too. It's all the little things that you don't think about that take the most amount of time. Like just cleaning stuff is just, it takes ages. Like it took me about an hour to clean the diff before I painted that. Should we have another look at that? I'm proud of that. Here we go. Look at that diff.
This is content.
Look at my diff. What have you done?
Got some content for you.
Oh no, what's happened?
So these poxy little clips, they hold your ABS sensors and brake pad wear sensors.
Oh, have you picked up all the rubbish ones with only one bit on?
I saved them from when you pulled your frame apart, thinking, yeah, they'll go. But they need both tabs on it.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
And of the 5 I saved, there was only one that's good. How much do you think these are from BMW?
I don't know. How much are they from BMW?
They are about £5 each.
£5?
Yeah, and you need about, what, 10 of them? 8 of them? So, yeah, you better get your wallet out, sunshine.
There is no way that's happening. I'm going for a dig on the shelf. I'm not spending that much money. I refuse.
Or we can get Susan to go out.
That, I'm going to tell you what, that sounds like a good idea. I'm sure on our shelf of wonders, in a box somewhere, I think it's this one. Actually, I might be... No. That's not that box. Might try that box.
There's one. Half of these could be for my coupe.
I'm sure they're not.
Listen. Oh, there's 3.
They're definitely not from the coupe.
They definitely are.
No, they're not.
They are. I'll send you the invoice.
No, they're definitely not.
I'll buy 10 new ones.
They're definitely not from the coupe.
I'll send the invoice with like, I'll buy an extra 10 just for future precaution. But the good news is we have enough for your car.
There we go. That's loads of money saved until I get an invoice halfway through the year for about £1 million.
That was fresh. That one's just about sound. Well, we've got enough for your shit box, so that's a winner.
I think it's quite grumpy today. I want to get something thrown at me in a minute, but I disappear.
For a reality check,
Yeah.
so in my hand is 2, 4, 6, 8. That's like, quick maths, 5 times 8. 40 quid's worth of plastic. Ridiculous.
£40 for plastic
And you
clips.
can't buy Chinese ones, they don't exist. Or maybe they do.
So remember that, kids, save the clips off your spring purchase, because if you don't, you'll be spending a lot of money with BMW. Or if you're lucky like me, you have a friend that's got a car in a similar state to yours and he's taken his off and you've just stolen all his, so winner.
We're down to 7 because that broke in my hand.
Oh no, that's a £5 down the shitter. Yes, my t-shirt's changed again, which means it's another day. So now we're on to exhaust cleaning. A really dirty polishing mop, and it has come up really, really well. I mean, that's still, I need to buff that yet, but you get the idea. Look at that. Right, let's carry on. I think we should take a minute to appreciate how shiny my exhaust is. Look at that. Amazing. Love a shiny exhaust. Right, welcome back, YouTubers. So, big moment. Everything is bolted together. It's all under there. My shiny exhaust. Mr. Houston's just moving some stuff out of the way. We have a jack on the diff carrier, and she's going to come down on her wheels for the first time.
Woohoo!
In just under 48 hours.
Well, technically, the internet won't know any difference, so...
Oh, well, they will now. You've just told everyone. What? Is your colleague pretending to be a ghost?
Yes.
Yes, he is. And then... Big moment. I can't tell you how glad I am to have this coming down on its wheels. She's nearly there. Here she goes. Here she goes. Oh. So I'll put the handbrake on. Probably a good idea.
So that gives you an idea of...
Oh, look at
That's
that.
got a lot of toe out,
Yes, it has.
and I mean 0 camber, maybe a touch of positive camber. This side has toe out and lots of positive camber.
Yes, it does. But she's back on the ground. So now what we've got to do is a little bit of fine adjusting to the camber and the toe. We haven't got any tracking gauges here, so we're just going to do it by eye.
And the right height.
Oh yeah, and the ride height. At the moment, we've got no adjuster cups in there at all. We just sat on springs, and it doesn't look too bad, does it?
No.
But we do need. I think we need to shorten the shocks a little bit, just to bring it down a little, because it is
Quite high.
it's quite high. Yeah, but funnily enough, this side is not particularly. Oh yeah, it is. No, it's quite high.
Maybe the spring's too long. Yeah. Well, it needs some negative camber and it needs a bit of toe in. We should probably eyeball that in and then play the right height.
Don't you adjust ride height first and then the tracking?
Yeah, but there's so much positive camber. Wheel clearance is the main thing in it.
Wheel clearance, smell clearance. It will self clear.
With it.
Self clearancing is the best way to set up a car.
I don't think it works like that.
Is it not?
No,
Yeah.
it might work like that on the internet, but
Well, technically we are on the internet.
we are on the internet, yeah.
So, I mean, if I just do that,
It'll be sorted.
it'll be sorted. Right. We'll be back after this short interval.
What are we up to?
The battery's obviously good in this car, hence why we've given it a bit of extra
Boostage.
So we'll give it one of them.
Does that mean I've got to drive to the MOT centre with a dodgy battery?
No, because
Oh.
you're going to give me your health as trade card.
Oh.
Then we'll buy a battery. Right, ready? Ah, I've got no ignition lights, that's good. Is that not even plugged in properly? Hang on. What's that on there?
No, you didn't put on boosty mode.
Oh, I thought I did. Right,
Amateur.
ready? Still no ignition lights. Amazing.
What has happened
Turn
here?
that off for a minute.
Grave error. Bear with.
We have ignition lights.
See if she starts.
Happy days.
That's with your new decat as well.
That's with my new decat because actually we can show you this. This is what happened to my catalytic converter.
Well, that's half of what
Well, that's
should have
half
been
of what
in.
happened. So it should be two lots of this, shouldn't it? Really?
Yes.
And this was, yeah, rattling around inside my cat. So we've done a little modification.
Should we give it a little rev?
Yeah, we'll give it a little rev.
See what it sounds like. True decat. Obviously cold start, so it won't go too crazy. Good old Scorpion.
How much smoke came out the back?
None.
Oh, amazing. I was expecting oil and, you know, fuel and all sorts to come smashing all out the back, all over the front of this convertible.
That's a victory.
She's smelling very rich, but that's because I've borrowed Steve's ECU and it's set up for 2.8 M50 and cams and all sorts. But shitbox the show car in 48 hours. Ish. Right, our work here is done. We've tag teamed it.
It's been a long, emotional week.
I'm
physically, emotionally and spiritually broken.
Right now we're Thursday night at nearly 8 o'clock.
Yeah, literally a week on. It's literally a week on.
Yeah.
This time a week ago you dropped the car here.
This time a week ago the car landed in the workshop, so we've been flat out. I've been working my day job and coming here in the evening. Steve's been whittling away at little bits during the week. But we've done it, we've smashed it. The car's now done. 330 front brakes are on. Just need to bleed them up now, drop it down on the floor. And MOT, well, I've got the tracking booked in for Sunday, and then MOT Monday. I just need to find someone to drive it down there for me.
Yeah, that'll be me, won't it?
Right,
On that note,
peace out.
adios.